dovii that got here.
Wow.
It actually died in here too. 8 or 9 years ago, came on the
Holy.
farm. Look at this fish.
Kind of that. Wow.
Look at that. These are.
Look at the color on these fish.
This is oxyrhynchus. Okay. This is probably 1 week's worth of spawn, and I did not catch the whole tank. Look, we spawned these guys.
Wow, look at all
times.
these guys. Gee, look at that. Look at that. Dovii. Massive dovii. So there's Rick right there and his brother Andy. So these are the two geniuses behind Extreme Food. Go for it.
Yeah, this is just what we're going to show you. These are smaller burial vaults, and these are basically what we breed the fish in and hold them in. Back there, when we get back there, walk back there, is where we put the big put the fish to actually grow out in the bigger water. So in here we've got set up different types of fish.
How many of these vaults would you estimate that you have on the farm?
I think we have, Tony, how many of these vaults? We have about 300? A smaller water, the vaults, 300. Yeah, so we probably got 300 of these. We use a lot of the where the guys are in out there in the yellow, blue tubs. This is kind of like a mud dauber's farm. As we needed something, we threw it in here. If we never had a plan to say, okay, we're going to do this and move forward, we just put stuff on as we needed. It was a one-bedroom house to start with. Yeah.
So this was a fun fact where when Corey and I were last in Orlando, he had asked me, we were at another fish farm. He's like, hey, Randy, do you know what those are? And I'm like, well, they look like they're just cement, cement molds that fish farms had them made.
This is where the lid sits on.
Yeah, and I had no idea that they were for caskets.
Yeah,
he blew me away.
So much water. Our water table's 6 foot here. So it comes up even higher. So they have to have the casket inside of this in order to protect it. And of course, there's no drain in it, in the real casket, because there's a drain here.
Do you know
cut a hole in it?
Who was the first guy to come along and say, "Hey, that casket coffin would make"?
I have no idea. I got down here for years. I got down here in '74, and Chuck Russell was down here, and Chuck had them.
Okay.
The fireman.
Well, but actually, I imagine what it wasn't somebody getting them from the store. It was actually somebody dug somebody up, threw the body out, and put fish in it.
A lot of these were used. No, not really.
And you got a little
lizard. This is considered my area because I breed all the egg-laying Tanganyikas.
Thank you, sir.
So these are my breeders. These are really I'm going to say this a bunch of times, but this is one of my favorite fish. But almost every fish I'm going to yank up when I look at it, I'm going to wait a minute. This might be my favorite. But this is Karengi sip. Glenn, you have get me a small bucket. These are wild.
We could probably get them in the sun.
And these are wild.
Wow.
This is one of the males, but that's not a dominant male. The dominant male in here, right now, the dominant male is going to have some yellow on him, on his tail. And every morning, this will change. I mean, this may not be the dominant male tomorrow morning. This may be a secondary male, which is amazing about these sips. But these are wild Karengis, so I've got here, I probably have, I would say, 8 or 9 females for every male. But let me show you what I do here. This is what I do. But like when I check them, I just grab them like this and shake them out. And these guys are weird because they seem like they all want to breed.
And those are maternal mouth breeders.
Yeah. They will all want to breed like at the same time.
So that's 2. You just that from 2 females we have that many fry so far.
Yeah. And you can see there's fry in the tank.
Wow.
This little fry runner. These guys won't bother their fry. Others, yeah, they will. But we take, those are the basic sizes we take. We really don't, we call those heads and tails, see them? We've still got egg sacs.
Yeah.
We call those heads and tails. I can leave those with those guys. They won't bother them. But I can't leave other fish with that. But I come through here every 2 weeks and do this.
What's your estimate on how many fry are in there right now?
60.
60? And that was from 3 or 4?
The thing of it is, see all the rest I'm holding? And I'm not going to pop them out. See this big old female?
Oh,
yeah. You can tell she's holding it. You can tell she's way to go because she doesn't have, there's no yellow under her chin. It's the babies. So you know, I mean, I'll just, if you want to take a second, I'll just try to pop them out.
Yeah.
That's that egg still. That we will not take. See,
Yeah, it's kind of, yeah. Let me see if I can get it. Oh, yeah.
Now, you know, some people say you have to do these guys with a straw. But listen, these guys, and also I've had experts tell me that if I do this, they won't hold. These fish in the lake, they exist in huge, giant pods, and they are basically, you know, when you see a saltwater thing with a porpoise and stuff, or slaughtering a thing of minnows, these are basically food for all the other predators. So I mean, as pretty as they are, really all they are is food. This is one of my favorites too. But this is a super rare fish. I've only got this batch, and it's taken me 3 or 4 years to get it. And I don't think there's anything to pop in here yet. But these are another Cypriphrobus, but these are called specklebacks. And these are just...
Wow, they've got Bosemani rainbow coloring.
Look at this fish.
Kind of that. Wow.
Look at that. And that's, you know, that's like, it's just awesome. But this population I have of them, it's just this right here. And this is a less dominant male.
Can I ask you what you feed these?
Extreme. These were just spit out since last week, because I checked them last week.
What are these?
Bow-ups. And Kimwi bow-ups. Here's a male.
Do you feed these extreme too?
Everything on the farm gets streamed. Now this is not really fired up, but you see it's got these real long, look at these things, man.
Oh, yeah.
With the egg?
Yeah. And so from an evolutionary standpoint, the males will actually, they develop that to kind of trick the female into thinking that's where an egg is.
Yes, and the females, well, they do the spin thing. These, you know, it's cool, these sips over there, the sips do it up in the water column. And then they catch the egg going down. Whereas these guys, you know, 90% of these guys, like that's ready to go. Ready to pop, but I'm not gonna pop it.
Oh, wow. Jeez.
But just out of curiosity, why?
Well, if we don't have, everywhere we're going, I could pop fish.
Oh, I got you. I don't
have time to.
Right.
I mean, I don't want to lose track of them.
Exactly.
These are a type of Tropius. I'll show you others. But anything you want me to show you, I will show you.
So, quick question would be that with fry in these, what do you call them? Caskets? Coffers?
Well, we call them vaults.
Okay, in the vault. So with fry in the vault, there's no. So I'm looking. There's no cover for them. You don't have any artificial cover.
Right here.
They don't predate.
No, she's talking about a place
like
to hide
like actual artificial hides or anything. So no need for that. You're feeding heavily enough that they're not predating on the young. Is that?
Some of them will not bother them no matter what. Some of them will. I don't care what you put in there. They're going to eat them. So the thing of it is that these are just. For example, if I came in here 2 weeks ago and popped those fish and missed one of them, then that female's not going to hold it forever, spit it out. And there might have been 60 babies in there. Maybe there's only 40 now. Maybe a couple got whacked, but eventually let them go. But we don't put anything in the bottom of these because we really don't want one male or something to become super aggressive and take a spot and start whacking everybody.
So question on the net, are you guys custom making those here in-house?
We have them made.
Okay, because that looks very specific to...
That is.
I mean,
like this net fits this vault. That net fits, see those vaults are narrower. This is for king-size caskets. I'm talking about for you know, a $40,000 casket. Those are for, you know, pine wood, throw you in there.
Right.
So what I'm trying to do is avoid them going out of tank.
I got you.
Because these are Xeno tilapia cannoni, and this is a very nice. It's a great fish, but it's another one of his favorites. Yes, one of my favorites. But these guys will go airborne. You see them?
Oh wow.
Yeah. So these are.
Wow.
They're kind of nutty, but these are a rare Xeno. And they get to see the great pectoral fins on them. They dance on the bottom, just incredible. That's a male. But this is dovii that got here.
Wow.
They actually dive in here too.
8 or 9 years ago, came on the farm.
Holy!
And now this used to be full of Africans.
Look at this thing. This is amazing.
And in fact, I sold this pond to I guess I could say it, to Disney about 18 years ago. And it was full of beautiful Africans. But when the dovii showed up,
Wow.
That's it. I'll send you a picture of Rick in here.
I mean, they'll
practically,
won't they go after you for the most part? They're that aggressive if you were to dip your toe in there?
No, they're going to run away from you if you go in there. But people come and fish for them all the time. Spencer and Briggs and all them guys, they took 2,000 of them out of here.
Wow. And those are dovii fry?
No, those are little, those could be anything. These things are amazing. I've had angelfish that got away in there and lived and be right alongside them. But mostly if you throw anything in there, that's gone. It's gone.
So basically all of your overflow dumps into this guy at some point?
Until a bunch of them. They're all around the farm.
You'll see them all over the farm. One of them had an alligator and he wrestled it in there.
But let me say something. Every one of these is what used to be full of the fish, because since every tank has a drain in it, fish get out. So they would come here and grow up. But when these guys showed up, everything's gone.
This is incredible. I mean, this looks like some old Roman bath where you've got these old ancient looking. Yeah, you've got these ancient looking steps.
But the whole farm used to be this.
That was beautiful.
In the ground.
That was what it originally was.
Wow.
But what happened was, when I first moved to here, I couldn't afford to put I didn't think about it, these vaults. When we dug holes, I could get a guy to dig me a hole like this, 3 of them on a Saturday on his off day. Well, this guy went a little crazy on the walkways. But anyway, so the whole farm out there everything out there was ponds. And then we've had tremendous problems with toads killing the fish. We got a bufo toad here that lays a poison stringer, kill everything. So we started building these. Actually, Tony's responsible for pouring almost every one of them out there.
Oh, wow.
We built a frame. The frames are based on 8 by 16, 16 by 16, 10 by 20s, 8 by 8s.
Wow.
And what we did is they just bolt together and they have a spacer in them. Then we just pour the concrete and let it rip. But everything was in the ground, 74, 75, 76, 78. Then we started coming out of the ground.
Yeah, hopefully these guys are still here, because the blue on the tail fin, I mean, it is amazing. And hopefully when we circle back around and I pull out the GoPro for some B-roll footage of underwater, I really hope these guys will show for some cool underwater B-roll.
Yeah.
Those are beautiful.
These are my nemesis fish. These are ret motus, which are biparental.
And why do you say nemesis?
Because I pop 10-inch fish, 12-inch fish, fat fish. These things, as soon as you touch them, first place, it's like holding a alligator that's been scrubbed down with oil, because they're slippery as can be. And as soon as you pick them up, they raise their fin like that. So as soon as you go to close down on them, it sticks you? You're stabbed right here. See how they do it? And they won't let it go. Then when you go to hold it, like this fish is, I mean, unless you squeeze the crap out of it, which I'm not going to do, you grab a bigger one and just kind of slowly turn them around your hand like you're going to pop them. Turn them the other way. So what you're going to do is, now, see how they're hard to hold.
All right, but if I were to, oh yeah, I mean, they're definitely slick.
Yeah, but see, this is where you hold. I hold a fish pop. I'm going to put my thumb in it, but as soon as I do it, he's sticking in there.
So how would you say, what's the market like for these designer? Well, not designer. That's the wrong term. What's the market like for these specialty, more exotic African cichlids?
Right now, we're going after. Let me show you some trophies. These are.
Oh wow, those are beautiful.
Pineapples, Empalunga.
You can't keep up with it, can you? Market?
We really went we kind of pushed real hard in the Malawi predator fish, and so it's hard to keep up with that. By the way, I'm never out here in long pants. The Tamil when you wear long pants, but man, it's hot.
Oh, those are beautiful.
Yep.
So those are pineapple trophies?
Empalunga pineapple trophies. These are wild. Wow. And they're this is just a breeder colony. Again, we'll check them. Just got straight eggs. Not cheap. Well, let me try getting this one. However, we won't take those. I mean, we used to try, but it was just so much work to keep them, to do them. We just said, we'll just take the ones we can just. What we do is from here, they go straight to the work. They go in there, throw them in a tank until they're all free swimmers. and then we start moving them out in bigger water.
Yeah.
These are in Pimbly, another zip, in Pimbly tricolor.
Oh, those are beautiful.
Aren't they? Hold on, guy. Wow, it's just
Wow, the yellow on the head is amazing.
Yep. And this is the less dominant one. See how it doesn't have it. Tomorrow it might do its thing. Okay.
So this is a working fish farm. This is Rick's stressed boots, and I thought it was because of just slip hazards and safety, but as you can see, you know, when water is just flowing everywhere. But this is what it takes to get you healthy fish.
I'm going to show you something. Yeah, we can't control the water, but there's
look at the
dovies all over in here. This little bit of water. Those are oxyrhynchus. You want to look at them?
I mean, the blue is just
those are incredible. But if you come out here later, there's dovii all under these vaults, and they live sideways. I mean, they'll be 6-inch dovii, but they'll be living on their sides because they can't get straight up and down. These are. Look
at the color on these fish.
This is oxyrhynchus, Hemitilapia oxyrhynchus. And now what's going on here is this is a male ready to go. By ready to go, I mean I can sell it. This right here is a male who's not going to show color. He's not going to. He doesn't feel. Is not dominant enough to do that. As soon as this goes, as soon as I sell this one. I
like that they're helping to keep me cool by splashing water.
This one, as soon as those are sold, a week from now, these guys that no color are going to have color.
Wow.
It's just a matter of dominance. We only feed once. I can't feed this farm. Some of these foods out there, you know, they got a color, red food or blue food, green food. That's pretty cool if you're a hobbyist. Could you imagine walking around here 5 times with 5 times different colored food feed? They have to be able to, the food has to be able to produce that natural color for that fish all in one pellet. So that fish, if you look it up in the wild, is exactly what it looks like. It doesn't have too much red, doesn't have too much blue, doesn't have too much yellow, it's exactly like it's supposed to. Or else it ain't working for us.
And these guys are eating all essentially 1.5 millimeter extreme.
1.5.
Wow.
Normally they pound that food, but because I stuck a net in there,
they're
not doing so. But if these were normally big fish, while I'm standing here feeding, I would take this and throw it in here like this, especially like frontoses and stuff. And frontoses are, you know, you don't want them to eat on the surface at all because they're air gulpers and they get blowed up. But I just take it and I squeeze it like this, and these guys aren't going to yank it down because they're already eaten. But then I have a little pellet like that, and I just toss it in there.
Okay.
And now a big fish would just take that down.
That's
whereas
cool.
a little fish ain't going to do that.
That's one of those farm only tricks right there.
Yeah. So I just boom. They're going to rip it up. But a big fish is going to suck that thing down. I mean, we'll go by the dovies with this, and I'll throw some in with them, big chunks. If they think there's a hook in here, they ain't going to touch it. They obviously don't think there's a hook.
Yeah.
But if you put a hook in here, you're going to get them.
Any of the Zytochromis, flameback, ruby greens?
Ruby greens. Tamla, these are ruby greens, not flamebacks, right? See, I don't even know.
Wow. That is a beautiful fish.
Yeah, it is. Oh yeah.
I'm loving this overflow. Look at that.
Stream is good with plants, too.
This is almost like you aquascaped this overflow.
Oh yeah, but you know what? To us, it's a pain in the butt. We have to scrape it off there because eventually it blocks the flow.
How fast will that grow back?
It grows back fast, right, Tony?
Less than a week.
You see how the flow just changed?
Oh wow!
And watch this one.
This is like wabakusi.
See?
Oh jeez. I mean, to kind of echo what Rick is saying, I mean, this is you know, they would want to ideally have all of this pulled out of their vaults, but for me as a visitor, this looks awesome. Yeah. So all the movement on the water, those are just live bears that are living in the overflow water, essentially. Yeah. And that's such a fun thing about fish farms that I never knew, now that I've been to several of them, is just in the overflow water and the spaces between, and wherever there's water essentially flowing, and it's not just here at this farm, but there's always fish all over a fish farm. Not even necessarily in the vault or in the aquariums, just all over the place. And I actually love that it's got this, you guys have this Venice, kind of this Venetian feel of, you know, all your vaults, and there's just water under all of them. Like, so clearly rubber boots are a must here.
A lot of fish you can speak Italian.
So from here, I'm just seeing rows of blue, iridescent, beautiful blue down these vaults. I mean, I could just spend all day here just walking up and down, looking at all these fish. This is amazing. Seeing these fish in the natural sunlight and watching their colors pop.
These are mobile blue fronts. You know, these are the high-end frontoses. These are wild. These came in.
Yeah, so I had a group of frontoses back in early 2000s, so this fish has a special place in my heart.
But these are the mobile blues. These are the top end of blue fish.
How old would you say they are at that point?
I can't tell. These fish come from hundreds of feet of water.
Because they're slow, because they're very slow growing.
Yeah. But these fish come from 100 feet. The depth is terrible. This is the female. Oops. But these are Zaire mobile blue fronts. And they came in Thursday, and they're already. This is probably a male.
You want to let me get a shot of these with the?
Just the tank?
Yeah, just the net. I wish the sun would come out.
Yeah. Well, we're lucky it's not raining. It's like tuition.
We've got some pretty good editing software though that can really pull out colors.
Here comes the sun.
There we go. So one more time, these are
wild red lotus.
And this is one of the first vaults that I've seen that actually has PVC caves.
Yeah, because they see all of them hiding in them. They're mean. They're aggressive. So we put these tubes in there so that they can hide in them. Taylor Swift wrote a song about it. Well, then we just throw them all in here. And then there they all are. But what these are, again, this is a wild biparental fish.
What's the last word you said?
Wild biparental. The male takes the females. These are Demasoni, for example. These are babies that we're going to put out as soon as we probably need about 3 of these full to justify where these are going to go. Because this is not enough babies.
And these are all ones that you've raised, right?
Yes.
Okay.
This is probably 1 week's worth of spawn, and I did not catch the whole tank.
You want to pull it fully out of the water? There we go.
So let's suppose when we put these out, there's probably in this tank there's probably 1,500. But when we put them out, when we put these guys out, we want maybe 5,000 fish.
Hey, let's do one where you've just got your entire hand is full of these guys out of the water. If you could, yep. I think that'd make for an awesome shot. Oh yeah.
So we'll spawn on these guys probably 3 times, and then we'll spawn these guys 3 times.
Wow, look at all these guys. Jeez.
And then have 5,000 to 6,000 of them, and then we'll take them out, and put them in a.
What would you estimate the
5,000
gallons in these?
The tank's part of the silo. One part of the silo.
So you took a silo.
That was.
Okay.
And they send them in, and they come in here. These are laid inside of each other. I don't know if there's 5 or 6 to go around. They send you these bolts, nuts and bolts. They've got some on the other side. They got some like caulking material. You put in here. Then we set them on the ground. Then
if they were in real life, you'd stack it.
Stack it. And connect it here. By the way, this has a poured concrete base in it. After we set it up, we put the drain in it. We pour about 6 inches of concrete, and then we caulk the edge.
Gotcha.
But once it gets flowing from all the calcium, it doesn't have to be caulked. Like I said, every place on the farm has a different name. This is called Tamo's area, and this is where she takes her Tanganyikans that she raises, brings them out here and grows them up. So everything in here, 99% of it is Tanganyikan, compressed sept, calvus, and all that other stuff. So these vaults came from a guy that was going out of business in Tampa. In fact, Travis helped me bring these from there. What's your
Hi, I'm Tamala.
Hi, Tamala. What's your
Rick's wife?
Where's your favorite at?
My favorite isn't here.
Oh, okay.
I usually take them to, it's sort of off limits, that big building, the hatchery, because my favorites are the shell dwellers. Like the Odacellatus, multifasciatus, and similis, all that stuff I breed. But these are, once they, calvus and compressed seps and julies I bring out here, and once they get up to a certain size, I can't keep them in the warehouse, so I have to give them bigger water, and they grow to a better size to sell to the stores quick. So that's what I do.
So what's your favorite? What's your favorite that would be out here right now?
Probably redfin cottos. A lot of people have trouble breeding those, but once you figure out the trick to it, it's pretty easy. No, they're babies.
So we're gonna pull up some black calvus that are growing up. Oh wow. What a beautiful fish. I mean, you don't get to appreciate the black color of these guys on camera, but in person it's a beautiful fish. Wow. Oh yeah, this is, ooh, look at that guy. That is awesome. All right, thank you. Head calvus in here. We're just walking by and the color of the head, I mean, which most fish here, you just walk by and you're immediately, your eye is drawn to pretty much every single vault or tank. Look at that. What a beautiful fish. A little bit of kind of turquoise on the lip. Awesome. Thank you. Yeah, so these are brand new looking.
These are just what we just set this up, and by that it doesn't even have shade cloth in it on it. And you'll notice everything has bird netting. So we're either shade cloth or bird netted, and the reason being is we got there's a group of herons that just live around fish farms. They know it. They've proven it. Plus, there's migratory ones that come in.
Malawi barracuda.
Rampichromis ferox, and this is considered, this is one of my areas here. And I'll show you. Yeah, it's not my favorite. I'll show you one of my real favorites over here. Glenn, can you uncover those Acuticeps? Third tank. But these are Malawi barracudas. I just got that buck here because oftentimes these guys spit. And these are just a big, goofy, not necessarily gorgeous fish, but it's just the body that makes people want this fish. That's a male. They get a bronze color to them.
Yeah, purple nose. Wow.
Yep.
Wow, look at the size of these guys.
These are the ones I want to show you. These are bucco. Yeah, look at
and a lizard.
Lizards are everywhere. We don't.
Wow.
We don't ever get it up this. It's very rare for us to get it up this side. This is just an old.
Look at this.
Older breeder. Hold on.
See, to me, that, I mean, the color on that is like something you'd see if you're snorkeling in Hawaii.
Yes. I mean, this is saltwater quality.
That is beautiful.
He's not gonna let me hold him. But see, he's hard. That's what started the whole thing 35, 40 years ago, wasn't it, Rick? The colors. Yeah. You see that? But that's as close. I mean, that's saltwater quality color.
Will he stay if you move your hand? No.
He'll calm down. He'll calm down.
All right, that's good.
Let me go over and show you that, and then we'll move off to somewhere big water.
So in this vault, you said common name Malawi gar.
Right, Lichnochromis acuticeps.
Lichnochromis acuticeps. Say that one 10 times fast. Whoa.
But it's Malawi gar because of the lips. See the lips?
Wow.
Oh my goodness. Female. See how pronounced the female is?
So warm summer day here in Miami. We just took a little soda break in the air-conditioned office. Now we're going back out to the fish farm, and it sounds like there's some massive pacus, very much in a similar kind of pond like the dovii. So let's check it out. Yeah, I'm looking at these guys. Look at this orange. It's funny, they're trying to show me something else and give me direction, but my eyes
just... I want you to
just...
see a ditch before anybody gets to it.
Okay.
South America.
So that's the ditch they're talking about.
Yeah. And if you go down over
it's like
here,
a pool.
You can walk through to it. Are the pecker in there?
I thought I saw a dovii. Wow, there's a couple of monsters in there. All right. Oh, geez.
Oh, yeah, a guy brought me the pacu here.
Look at these. Look at this massive. Oh, and you've got some giant plecos in there too?
Yeah. You have goofy plecos in there, yeah.
Look at that. Dovii, dovii. Massive dovii. Look at the size of these fish. And then the pacu, I mean, they're staying towards the bottom, but those are huge. This is like an attraction just in the middle of the fish farm. So it's, I mean, it's very much like this Roman kind of bathhouse pool. You've got a very shallow area. It's almost like you've got steps leading down into the deeper part, and it's full of exotic tropical fish. This is a little detour. They're calling this a strangler vine, strangler tree. This is actually a pole. This is a support, and growing in it is this tree vine thing that's now has this little canopy up here, up above the shade cloth and bird netting. That looks awesome.
But once they get it,
yeah.
they get it.
So if you've seen in the background, this is their siphon hose. It's what is that, 2-inch diameter?
Yep.
And this is how they started.
I probably won't be able to get it the first time. We put it like this, hold it, and flip it.
Let's see if you got it. Yeah, there you go.
Buconoditania.
Are you guys able to get it all the way out of the water?
You can for a second.
Okay.
It's not good for
okay, if they jump, it's okay.
I'm excited.
If you look in here, this is the spirulina. This is the krill, this is the fish meal, this is baby cereal. So we take all this, but it was being a 60-quart pizza dough maker. And then we'd add water, and sometimes I mess this up. I should have some extra cereal out here, because I sometimes, a little more time. And we just keep obviously the dough mixer is doing its thing, spinning around, making the food. And what we started off with, we were just using a little bit more. We were just using shrimp meal, and then we decided we need better colors. This is over the years, 74 on. Then we would have krill meal, and we couldn't get it, and we'd have this, and we couldn't get it. A little more, not a lot. And then what we realized, you know, if we ran out of something, let's say we ran out of one of the ingredients, we would notice something weird about the fish. Maybe the color wasn't as exact. I think this is gonna be enough. Maybe the breeding wouldn't be as good. Maybe something would be going on, and you know, I'd come out here and in my kindly way say, "What the is going on with the food?" And one of my guys would say, "Oh, we've been out of shrimp meal for a month and a half." You know, it'd be like, "Oh, well, let's get it." So then, you know, I'm sending my fish out that look like this, color-wise, and customers are going, "Well, hey, why can't I do that?" They say, "How come we can't feed your food?" Well, this food is soft. So there goes the wad in the water. They all go down there, and now they're on the bottom clobbering it. The problem is that the bigger fish are getting it, the little fish are not getting it. The problem also that it's breaking apart. It's making a cloud in the water. So you can't use this in your aquarium. You know, I can use it because I'm punching the water through here. But the little fish aren't getting it down there at the bottom. The big fish are on it. So eventually, enough customers bugged us that we had it pelletized. And when we had it pelletized, what happens is with the pellet, when we take a pellet and throw it, every fish has a chance to grab it, small, big. And when I go to feed, I can, you know, when you feed this stuff, you got to make a ball up, you got to throw it over there, you got to make another ball up, throw it over here, throw it. With the food.
So it's very cost prohibitive, or time prohibitive rather.
Look that out for a minute, Glenn. With the food, here's how I can feed. I can just walk up this, I don't do it, I throw it. Throw it, I walk away. So
how many years were you doing it like that with the patties?
25.
25 years? Wow.
Yeah. This is where we just were a while ago. We call that regular pseudos. These are more special pseudos. There's albino socolopi, red exasperatus, albino auratus. So we call them, these are special pseudos.
Mm-hmm.
And these guys didn't start off like this. These are runaways. We put 5,000 of these out here. We sell 2,000 or 3,000. They start growing too big. We start putting them together. This is not as popular as a 2-inch fish.
I'm really loving your farm for all these little, like, the actual fish that you're raising is one major component of the farm, but all these little extra pieces of nature that are just popping up, the pools,
I got some water lilies for a guy, and he took like 3 or 4 of them, and I threw the rest of them out here, and they do this every year.
This is beautiful.
If you step too far, you're going to be in a foot of mud.
You're going to have to go around this.
We're going to work it out.
All right, Rick, so I have a question for you. So people are watching this video, they see all these beautiful fish. How can they actually find fish that come from this farm, like a consumer?
Right now, they'd have to have a store in their area that they're dealing with, because we don't. That's the only way we deal with stores.
Do you have a list, like on a website, where you say, "Hey, these are the stores that we're currently working with"?
No, my stores don't like that.
Okay.
They don't like any. They're kind of like.
What's the name of your farm?
Florida Exotic Fish Sales.
Okay.
My customers they don't like me to put my name on the boxes, because they don't want anybody to find out.
Gotcha.
But I have a thing too that if I got like something fishy in Cleveland, I get, he's my customer, so I don't really go to another customer in the area. But
yeah.
I don't know how else to do it. There might be some way in the future.
All right, so that wraps up the fish farm tour of Florida Exotic Fish Sales. Oh, camera's pointed this way. So they're saying, hold on, here we go. So, Rick and Tamala, this was an awesome fish farm visit. I mean, the African cichlids, the color, just beautiful, the variety, it was awesome. So very happy to have spent time on this farm with these fine folks. Had a wonderful lunch in the office. So thank you guys very much. I really appreciate it.